All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing and many salutations unto you elect across the four winds of this earth, fulfilling your lots in all truth and all sincerity. I'm the brother Sha'ar from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, coming to you all with another lesson through the Spirit. The Lord's willing, this lesson here will be edifying unto the flock. As I was on my way to work earlier today, I was just doing some thinking. You know how, as we all do, examine ourselves and just think. Just think. And there's times when you be thinking, when the Lord will open up your mind to whatever it is, and it might be a lesson or something that you might want to discuss to the Akyam or whatever the case might be. So as I was riding to work earlier today, as I was on my way to work, I was thinking about sports, basketball namely, but not even just basketball. I mean, if you want to apply whatever sport it is, but I was thinking about basketball. And I was thinking about the NBA greats that never really had time to really develop into a full-fledged star because of injury or whatever circumstances that might have been in the way that slowed them down from greatness. Via example, you got Tracy McGrady. Some of y'all might know him as T-Mac. All right, he was great. Even Kobe will tell you he's the hardest person he's ever tried to defend. People said he was just like Kobe except 2 inches taller. But his career was cut short due to back injuries. Then you have Penny Hardaway, who went to the finals I believe it was his first or second year with the Orlando Magic when he joined forces with Shaq when he got drafted. And his rookie year, he was putting up numbers like Kobe his third, fourth year. He was putting up numbers like All-Star Kobe, number 8. But his career was cut short to knee injury. All right, you have Grant Hill. They was calling him the next Jordan. His career was cut short for injury. And I was just thinking about that, and I was linking it spiritually to the truth. All right? The truth ain't about just how dope you are at bringing out precepts for the time being, or how well you can speak for the time being. Because in my little time in this truth, I've seen men come and go. All right, maybe not as many men as other brothers can see that's been there longer. But through my time in the truth, I've seen guys you would think are on fire, no precepts, do it all. But when it comes to standing the test of time, they fail. Just like you have those basketball players that I named, they were good, but their bodies weren't able to stand the test of time. And that's what I was thinking about as I was on my way to work. And just correlating that from a NBA basketball perspective to a perspective in the truth. All right. Our main goal as we're here in this flesh, glorifying Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, enduring unto the end, we got to make sure that we stand the test of time. All right. You can be on point for a year, 2 years, 5 years, however long. But that don't matter if you don't continue all the way into the end. And you got certain examples, even this award fellow. I met the brother a few times, been in the truth, part of Great Millstone for, 14 going on 15 years? Pretty sure somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was a little more, maybe it was a little less. But you see the state of this brother right now. And if he continues to go in the direction that he's going, all right, he's going to spiral out, least he repents. And this lesson isn't about the brother. All right, I just want to use him as an example. You can be in this thing for however long it is, but if you ain't properly girded up, all right, if you get offended easily or allow Satan to come in there and mess with your mind, it don't matter about all that stuff that you've done before. All right. Matter of fact, I was going to bring out this in Ecclesiastes 9, and I will. But first, I'm going to bring this out in Ecclesiastes 7. And it says, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. And it reads, hold on, let me turn these notifications off. Salaki. It reads, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit better than the proud in spirit. And we can't ever forget the meaning of the word patience, and it means to suffer. All right. So when you first came into this truth and this knowledge, and you learned the precepts and certain breakdowns and such, you know, the true names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the true understanding is very exciting. Then you start dealing with things. All right. Satan sifts you in many ways, whether it's your flesh, whether it's your mind. All right. Whether he puts spirits on the people that you might be living with, for those of y'all that might still be living with family. And for those of y'all that live with your woman, he might put, you know, his spirit, Satan, on your woman. All right. And then your walk in the truth isn't as easy as it was when you first start, but you start experiencing the bitterness, and you start experiencing the turmoil and the things that you have to endure in order to get to the end, the tribulation. You start experiencing the tribulation. And there's certain moments where the tribulation can cease for a second. All right. And then the tribulation might come back and hit harder. And when that tribulation does come back and hit harder, all right, you got to acknowledge and thank the Lord and hope the Lord continues to have mercy on you. And the reason why I said thank the Lord is because you're dealing with something. As you read it in Hebrews, the 12th chapter, it goes into how the Lord chastens who he loves, and he likens them as sons. And if you aren't being chastened, you're likened to being what's called a bastard. All right. So when you endure, the more you are groomed in this knowledge and in this truth, you start experiencing and going through different things, different tribulation. But as I wanted to read it right here, it says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. We have to be able to stand within the test of time, within this truth. All right. Just as I used the different examples of those ballers back in the day, that was dope. But their bodies was not able to withstand the test of time. All right. In the beginning of it, you got the dudes doing 360s. Look at Penny Hardaway, man. He had his own commercial back in the day. This is rookie to his second year. Remember Little Penny? Chris Rock was the voice for him, and he had the little puppet. All right. He had the shoes, the foam posits, all the different Penny Hardaway shoes. This is the very beginning of his career, and he was dope. They was talking about he was going to be up there with Jordan and them if he was to continue to go at the rate he was going. 6'7" point guard. They called him an above the rim Magic Johnson. All right. And this ain't about basketball, man. I'm just using these as examples. The beginning of Penny's career was great, but the end of his career was not, because of injuries. And again, he was not able to withstand the test of time. And again, I'm using this as an example to our walks in the truth. It's easy when you first come in. You ain't dealing with as many things. Of course, you're dealing with stuff. We all go through things. But the longer that you're here and the longer that you endure, the different tests that come your way be different. Even the Apostle Peter said, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is meant to try you. There be some strange stuff that happens to you sometimes. There'll be certain moments where an affliction will happen out of the blue. They'll be good. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you'll be like, what the hell? What is this? You know? Where is this pain coming from? Where did this thought come from? Whatever the case is. And it be like that. But it's about enduring through that and continuing to serve the Lord as you're experiencing these different things. This ain't no easy ride. You don't just cross over into the camp, into the truth, and just coast your way into the kingdom. No. You get tested. And we have to be able to make sure through the Holy Spirit that we're able to withstand the test of time. And I know I keep saying that, but that's the focal point of this lesson, to withstand the test of time. Better it is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. All right? Enduring all the way into the end. As the scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, same shall be saved. Not the beginning, the end. All right? And I said I was going to bring this out here in Ecclesiastes chapter 9. And I'm going to jump to verse 11. And it says, matter of fact, I'm going to just jump straight to the point of verse 11. And it reads, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift. And what does that mean when he said that? You think of your walking the truth like a race. Now you think of a track meet, the 100 meter dash, 200 meter dash, the 400, these different sports. It's the fastest that ends up winning the race in these type of races. But when you look at this knowledge, this thing of ours that we're part of, this ain't no sprint race. This ain't no sprint race, but this is a race of endurance. That's why he said the race is not given unto the swift. Meaning, it don't matter how fast you are, don't matter how sharp you might be at the moment, how on fire you are at the beginning. All right? It's about keeping your pace in the truth. Pacing yourself. That way you don't burn out. All right? That way you don't burn out, man. I was having a conversation with one of the Lord's beloved. All right, and we was discussing certain, whatever sport that you're into. And there's certain moments when you start off something new, you're on fire with it. You enjoy it, especially if it's something new, something that you like doing. But if you continue to go, and I don't want to say not give yourself a break, but let's use the analogy of sports, not giving yourself a break in sports, because of course we don't take breaks in the truth. But let's allude to sports, all right? Or whatever it is, something that you're interested in. If you continue to go, and you do it a lot more than everybody else, all right? There's certain instructors that'll tell you, hey, man, good job. We know you like it, but, hey, just make sure that you don't burn yourself out. Make sure that you don't burn yourself out, all right? Because it's easy to burn yourself out when you're new at something and you like it, all right? And you got a niche for it, a knack for it. But you don't want to get to the point where you allow it to get old because you're on go mode, on swift mode. As it's written, the race is not given unto the swift, you know? And these are even certain things that I tell certain of the younger brothers in this camp that come out with me on Friday afternoon. You know, certain of those brothers' work schedules, they might be off that day. And they make it to the afternoon camp and the evening camp. And it's a mighty beautiful thing. And I explained it to those brothers, hey, man, it's good that y'all are coming out, but make sure you don't burn yourself out. Using all the gas to come from where you're at, to come to the camp, and then go back home and then come right back. And, of course, you pray that the Spirit of the Lord is on you and gives you endurance. But that's just something that I mentioned to a few of those young brothers. Because you know how it is when you're young, very new in this thing, and diligent and sincere, you be on fire. But again, I've seen individuals. And of course, this has nothing to do with those brothers, man. Those some solid brothers, man. Lord willing, they enduring to the end. Same with myself, but I'm just generally speaking. You know, you don't want to get to the point where you too swift to the point where you burn out and lose all your spiritual energy and you get tired. All right. This is a race of endurance. Because it's easy to be on fire when you don't got a lot of things going on. You know, easy to be on fire when you don't got a lot of things going on, man. All right. But when you start experiencing more things and whatever it is, whether it's your mind, whether it's your flesh, significant other, whatever the case is, then the battle starts getting tough. All right. I've heard certain boxers use this analogy, getting dragged out in deep waters. You got certain boxers that are very skilled in their opponent. They'll fight them, and that opponent might be wailing, throwing punches. But when it comes to the test of time, they bodies fail. Let's think of another sports example. And I know I'm bringing out a lot of sports, but hopefully it's painting the picture of the lesson more. You got the great Muhammad Ali, and you got the great George Foreman. Both legendary, both Hall of Famers, both excellent boxers in their time. All right? Now, when George Foreman fought Ali, before he fought Ali, he was destroying everybody, knocking everybody out. He even knocked out Joe Frazier, knocked his ass down many times. I'm talking about he beat Joe Frazier ass. And it's the same Joe Frazier that beat Ali 1 out of the 3 times they fought. All right? But when he went up against George beat the brakes off of Joe Frazier. All right? But when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman, all right, I believe that was the Rumble in the Jungle, if I'm not mistaken. It was either the Thriller in Manila or the Rumble in the Jungle. All right, Joe Frazier was hitting. I'm sorry, I keep saying Joe Frazier. George Foreman was hitting Ali hard. But Ali was allowing it, and he was sticking and moving. And when it got to about round 10, 11, 12, because back then it was about 15 rounds, George Foreman couldn't withstand the test of time, and Ali dragged him out in the deep waters. And that was that experience that Ali had. All right? Now, going back to this precept here in Ecclesiastes 9 and 11, it says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all. All right? You don't know what your walk consists of in this truth. You don't know what it consists of in this truth, man. This thing of ours we're part of is given to a particular type of person, a particular select type of person. As it's written, many are called, few are chosen. All right, those that are chosen are those that was able to withstand the test of time. All right, they didn't think that they was all this, that, and the third, a bag of chips, because they knew some precepts or they did this or they could do that. No, man. They understand the long run, and this is going into the few that are chosen, just as every single last one of us hope to be. All right, but it starts with that humility and understanding that this thing ain't no speed race. All right, this thing is a race of endurance. He that endured to the end, same shall be saved, as I quoted earlier. I believe that's in Matthew 10 and 22. All right, I believe it's also mentioned in Matthew the 24th chapter. Okay, so I just wanted to say this as a lesson of encouragement. All right, you might be dealing with whatever the case is. Don't allow it to slow you down in your walk. Endure through it. All right, this thing is about time, enduring through this time period. When I say enduring through this time period, literally enduring to the end. All right, you don't want to burn yourself out. Collect that stride. Get your pace. Okay, call hello Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord's willing, this is edifying. I just wanted to speak on that as it was on my spirit. I was thinking about it earlier. I thought to put it on wax to the spirit. But again, call hello Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing and many salutations unto you elect across the four winds of this earth, fulfilling your lots in all truth and all sincerity. Shalom.